I don't know why I clapped. There's no mic set up for me to have to sync with this audio. So, hi, I guess? It's been a pretty rough couple of weeks. I had almost pulled an all-nighter last night trying to get a video edited and ready to go ahead and upload on Friday, just for my dumbass to hit the delete key when I meant to press save. So all the hours worth of footage that I had painstakingly edited is gone. I'm very stressed out. The past couple of weeks have not been very kind to me. So I decided to do what I always do when I'm feeling stressed out, and that's paint. So there's no ring light, there's no microphone, there's no good lighting because I'm playing hide and seek with the sun right now. Actually, I'm pretty sure there's supposed to be a thunderstorm coming through very soon, so we'll see how that goes. I just kind of wanted to sit in my room and be a girl talking to herself. I have no idea what I'm going to be talking about in this video. My hopes is to make this as chill as possible, so that way if anyone at home wants to paint with me or study with me or just chill out with me, we can do that together. I've already technically started on the painting that I'm about to be pretty much finishing in this video. It was originally supposed to be a present from one of my friends, but he is now in Cambodia, so he's definitely not getting this now. You're probably not going to be able to see anything that I'm doing because of the way that this camera angle is set up, or maybe you are going to be able to see what I'm doing. I guess we're going to find out together. Painting is one of the few hobbies I have that I allow myself to be bad at. All of the rest of my creative endeavors that many would quantify as hobbies, I beat myself up over the end result. Writing, music, acting, everything that I do creatively has to be perfect. So recently, me and all of my creative endeavors, we haven't been speaking to each other as of late. Painting is one of the few hobbies I have that I knew going into it I wasn't going to be good at it, but I was okay to let myself fail at it. I had held myself back for so long when it came to anything that had to do with visual arts, so painting or drawing. I wasn't born with the innate talent of good spatial awareness, so I ended up making lopsided figurines rather than, visual masterpieces. And for a long time, I had basically written off anything that had to do with visual arts as something that I just could not do. It was just something I was not good at, so I just decided, I'll never be good at it, so why even try? But then one night, I was up really, really late, and I was watching watercolor tutorials, and I thought what people were creating was so pretty, and I thought, hey, I want to be a part of that. I want to be able to watercolor too. So the next day, my mom took me to Hobby Lobby. I got myself a set of watercolor paints, some brushes, and a palette, and the rest is history. I am still not that very good at painting. I know that I have quite a long way to go, but I don't see painting as something that I have to be the best at. I see painting as something that I allow myself to take pleasure in. And I feel like having a hobby that is purely based off of just taking pleasure in the sheer act of doing is the best kind of hobby to have. I feel like a lot of people, especially people my age, kind of think of their hobbies as talents that they have to be the best at. And it's one thing to want to nurture and grow your innate abilities, that's something everyone should be striving towards. But I think nowadays we kind of make ourselves sick if we're not doing or performing to our optimal level, and we don't allow ourselves the ability to fail. If I make a bad song, if I have a shitty performance, I feel like a failure. But if I fuck up a painting and I accidentally put blue where green was supposed to go, I just kind of shrug it off and I go, well, I guess the ocean is now going to be a meadow. So painting has always been a medium, for me at least, of being able to calm myself down, of being able to allow myself the ability to fail when I'm so afraid of failing at the other things that I feel I have to be the best at. And I think it's important. I think everyone should find a hobby that they're not afraid to fail at. Because the whole point of failing is being able to reassess your weaknesses and go, oh, so this is what needs work. And I feel like being able to see failure as room for growth rather than as a death sentence is something that everyone needs to learn. And I think that by doing what I'm suggesting is one of the best ways to learn how to see failure from that perspective. Ooh, I wonder if this is ASMR. Probably not. So, I'm 19. I just finished my first year of college, which all in all wasn't a bad experience. I actually quite enjoyed my freshman year college experience. You know, I didn't gain the freshman 15. I made a ton of friends. I didn't fail any of my classes. I have a 3.4 GPA, which I mean isn't the best, but taking consideration that I was taking honors classes, I guess it's not terrible either. But there is a kind of anxiety that comes from being in college that I never really thought existed until I went to college. You know, this is like the time period when you're supposed to start figuring things out. And to a certain extent, people expect you to have your shit figured out. Like, pick the major that you want to study for the next 4 years of your life. Maybe even more than that if you're going to graduate school. Figure out what you want to specialize in. Kind of figure out what it is that you're interested in. What are your passions? What are you truly passionate about? Start networking. Start making connections. If you haven't had a job, you should probably go get a job now, because you also have to be worrying about, hey, you have student loans and you have bills. Do you want an apartment? And more or less, you're an 18, 19-year-old out on your own for the first time, and you're kind of expected to be able to handle all of this stress and all of this pressure that the external world already places upon you. We're not even touching on the internal pressure that we place upon ourselves to have this figured out too. And it hurts. Like, it can be debilitating at times to feel this much so fast, so quickly, all at once. Like, me personally, I have such impractical goals and dreams that I want to accomplish. I don't want to have a 9-to-5 job. I don't want to do something practical as a career. I've always known that ever since I was little, okay? It's just something I always knew that I didn't want to do. I want to be a creative. Like, if I could, right? Because there are two things that I enjoy doing, right? It's creating things and being able to be creative, and learning. If I could be a full-time student and get paid just to learn, like just to go to school and take tests and have someone teach me, and just me being able to show them that I listened to what they were saying and that I have learned all the material needed and all the knowledge needed, and I could get paid just to do that, I would. Dude, if I could get paid to learn, sign me up. But unfortunately, that's not the way the American free market system works. No, the way that this economy works is you have to find a job that supports you, that will allow you to have a roof over your head and will allow you to eat, and that maybe in the future, if you so choose to, will allow your offspring to also have a roof over their head and something to put in their mouths. Ew, why did I say something? I meant food. Hey, you, one of my friends wants to be a speech pathologist. Another one of my friends is super duper excited to become a teacher. I know so many pre-meds. And all of these kids are kind of like just telling me all of their practical dreams and aspirations and what they want to do with their lives and who they want to marry and how and where they want to go live once they get their license to start practicing and stuff like that. And I'm just kind of sitting here like, I want to dick around and write music and be in plays. And I always knew ever since I was little when I was dancing around my room and like coming up with songs out of the blue and melodies out of the blue and just singing to my heart's content and seeing how long I can string together rhyming sentences. I always knew that coming out and saying, hey, I want to be a pop star, or hey, I want to be an actress, would not fly over too well with all of my middle-aged teachers. So I kind of conformed to what I knew society would want me to say. So I would say things like, ooh, I want to be a veterinarian, even though I've never had a pet other than goldfish in my life. And I don't necessarily really like animals that much. I just started coming up with jobs that I knew people would go, oh, okay, that sounds practical. And then once I couldn't take lying anymore, I would just start saying happy and successful in whatever I do. Which is true. I would like to be happy and successful in whatever I do, but I don't even know if the things that I want to do, that I want to be happy and successful in, are goals that I can achieve. And I guess I kind of been beating myself up about how I didn't do enough and how I'm not doing enough and how I'm not talented enough. I've always loved music, you know, I've always loved writing songs and singing, but I will be the first to say I'm not that good at singing. I'm not good enough to be a professional singer, you know, like I'm not good enough to be on stage singing to people. I don't have the money to go to some really nice performing arts school that's gonna set me up with all those connections either. And then I think about whether or not I could do YouTube as a career, which truthfully, I don't really know if I would want to do that, you know? Like, don't get me wrong, making videos and stuff like that is super duper fun for me to do. But I feel like there's so much pressure on this platform to produce highly stylized videos and to get this many amount of views and this many amount of likes and this many amount of subscribers and this much watch time. And I've been driving myself insane watching videos on how to grow my YouTube channel, how to get people to like me, how to market myself, how to get more people to watch my videos. And it's just not healthy. It's just not healthy for me to be doing. Okay, wait. Lighting is getting darker. Give me a second. I don't know if that did anything. Anyways, what was I saying? Ah, yes, my unhealthy obsession with YouTube. How could I forget? I just feel like if I do things solely to get people to like me, I'm gonna be miserable. And that's on the small scale of YouTube and the larger scale of just life decisions in general. I feel like a lot of the times kids my age, we kind of feel like if we don't reach the goals we set out for ourselves by the time we hit 25, we might as well be dead. And it's such an unhealthy mindset to have, but when you're surrounded by people on the internet your age or younger doing the things that you want to be doing, or getting fame and fortune off of seemingly insignificant acts of luck, you kind of feel like a failure. And that's no way to live. I don't know if other, like, fledgling YouTubers feel this way, but there's so much pressure to have a just glamorous life. I found myself wanting to buy things and set my room up the way that I see other like big aesthetic YouTubers have their room set up, and I'm kind of sitting here like, yeah, it's cute and it's adorable and I enjoy it, but like that's them and this is me, and I don't feel that way. Now granted, I do have a fear of change that makes me hesitant about doing anything new, but I am changing my room very soon, and it's not me changing it because I feel like I have to have a room that looks exactly like Conan Gray's. I'm changing it because I no longer feel connected to the environment that I'm in. But sometimes I still catch myself wondering, like, if I buy this chair or if I have this color room, will people want to watch my videos? And again, it goes back to having to live for yourself and doing things that make you happy, you know, and making your own decisions. Like, I can't allow my life to be ruled by whether or not fictional people that don't even exist are gonna complain about my room being lilac when they want it to be white. The only thing that I have that I can control is myself, my ideas, my creativity, and my content. So I have come to terms with the fact that my channel is going to be a lot of me figuring out what I want to post content-wise. So there is going to be no niche that everyone wants me to have my videos be in. Alright, I just don't have one of those yet because I don't know what it is that I want to start posting. I don't know if I want to be a commentary channel. I don't know if I want to be a music channel. I don't know if I want to be a beauty channel. I don't know if I want to be a general advice channel. I don't know what I want to be. And honestly, I kind of want to be all of those things at once. And if YouTube says that that's not going to get me any views and no one's going to subscribe to me because of that, well then alright, so be it. But I refuse to have someone put me in a box. And honestly, whoever's listening, if you feel the same way, you should also refuse to have anyone put you in a box. You have more to offer to the world than just some small niche. And if people are saying that you should stick to your small niche and then allow yourself to branch out, fuck them. Alright, I think I'm done recording. It's getting dark, so I'm just gonna finish this painting, and yeah, that was fun. So, talk to me. I love how desperate that sounds. Talk to me. I'm kidding, but not really. Talk to me. Comment down below if you're anxious about college or what life is gonna be like after college. Anyways, I'm gonna finish up painting and then blow out this fire hazard of tea lights that I have created around me, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye!